When I started out and I told people I'm making a film about marriage, almost every single person, knowing me, their follow-up question was, gay marriage? And I'd say, no, about marriage. Well, straight marriage? Well, no, about marriage. For everybody. And it took a while for people to get it, that this was about a common experience, not a separate experience, not a what-if experience, but a common experience. We all understand some degree of what marriage means. But how often do we actually sit down and talk about love?
The magic continues. And I'm always glad to see her. I'm pleased at what she does, or it's a wonderful feeling to love somebody so much.
When the film premiered at the Seattle International Film Festival, the one thing I was not at all prepared for was to have unsolicited emails come from all sorts of organizations around the country that were interested in taking this film and using it for their purposes. So we've developed something we're calling the Hearts and Minds campaign to empower individuals and organizations to take In-Laws and Outlaws, to educate, to advocate, to fundraise, and to create dialogue around a very important issue in our times.
Had a chance to attend a showing of the film in Seattle, and we were so deeply moved, and then wanted very much to have a chance to bring it to our own community. So we brought it to the Lincoln Theater in Mount Vernon, and it was just a memorable evening. Everyone was so moved and so touched.
How could you not want for your own and for others to have the relationship that you see in this movie? It's absolutely wonderful.
I think the film is a must-see film for people. Maybe people are sort of on the fence and they're not sure that they quite understand same-sex marriage, or they're not quite certain. It's a great film to see because it just tells stories. And that's a beautiful part about entering into people's lives, is to hear their stories.
Well, the film has been an important thing for us as a family, Rachel and Tammy, our daughter and her partner. And part of it's because it brings a common model of experience that we can come back to for conversation that's been really meaningful. And there really has never been another place in our lives to have that kind of resource.
My goal with In-Laws and Outlaws is to get 100 congregations around the state to see the film in the next 6 to 8 months. I think that would be so exciting, and I think if we could broaden the kind of congregational dialogue that's going on. I mean, this is the kind of conversation that needs to happen among friends, and to see this film and to have that level of dialogue within the congregation itself can only help what any religious leader is about in their congregation, which is to have more people thinking and having a kind of communal coming together around this issue so you can talk about it in a way that doesn't splinter people off in 100 different directions.
I've seen the results of showing this film in locations like Ohio and how it's really helped build a group and a passion around doing the work that we have to do. And organizations like PFLAG, organizations like HRC steering committees all over the country should take advantage of the opportunity and show this film as often as they possibly can to as many people as we can possibly get it to.
Our vision is that over the next several months there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of screenings of In-Laws and Outlaws across the country, and that this will be seen in churches and synagogues and schools and community centers, that it'll be used by equality organizations, that it'll be a way of bringing different organizations together to work in common purpose. That's hugely exciting to us. What we want to do is we want to provide them with the tools to have a very successful screening of the film and all the things that that can bring to their community.